All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing our last meeting of the day. I'm calling to order our called meeting of the Board of Regents at 12:30 p.m. on Tuesday, August 27th, for the purpose of discussion and adoption of our maintenance operations and debt service budget, and for our tax levy as well as tax exemptions for the year. We have 7 board members present, so we have a quorum and can conduct business. Do we have anyone here for public comment for items not on the agenda? Seeing none, we will move into our action items, our first of 3, and then we will have a closed session, board members, just for your planning purposes. But for our first item on the agenda is the discussion and possible action relating to the maintenance operations and debt service budget. Mr. Garcia. Is your microphone on?
Sorry, yes. The college has complied with all legal requirements as mandated by the state for the purpose of adopting the proposed maintenance and operating and debt service budgets. The college is now asking for the board's consideration on the action item to approve the proposed M&O and debt service budgets.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. The supporting documentation is in the packet and has been discussed at our 2 previous hearings earlier today. So we're asking for an action to approve the 2024-25 maintenance and operations budget and the 2024-25 debt service budget. Is there a motion to that effect? Make a motion by Mr. Krull, second by Dr. Adami. Is there any discussion or questions from Regents? Is there any public comment on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-2. Mr. Garza and Mr. Kelly voted against that motion. So we'll move on to the debt service. Action item number 2, which is the discussion and possible action related to the tax levy for the college district. Mr. Garcia?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to make sure before we transition into this next item, do we have to read the action item for the budget?
Do we need to read the order, the resolution?
We have in the past, but that's their packet. They're in the packet. They've been provided publicly with the poster.
Okay. All right. So we do not have to read the resolution.
Thank you. So the college has complied with the legal requirements as mandated by the state for the purpose of adopting the proposed M&O and debt service property tax levies. The college is now asking for your consideration that the board approve the proposed increase to the total tax revenues from properties on the tax roll in the preceding year of 2.15% for a combined tax rate of 26 cents. 0.261740. The second item is for the board's approval of the proposed M&O and debt service tax levy rates of 0.204382 and 0.057358 respectively, with a combined total of 0.261740 cents. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Yes.
Are there any questions or comments for Mr. Garcia? There is a resolution or an order for the tax rate. Is there a specific language, Mr. Counsel, that we need to adopt for this tax rate? We're just going to adopt the resolutions or the orders as presented. Is that correct?
Yeah, let me just read this.
All right.
To be clear, the order states that this tax rate will raise more taxes for maintenance and operations than last year's tax rate. The tax rate will effectively be raised by 4.97% and will raise taxes for maintenance and operations on a $100,000 home by approximately $24.94.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Rivera? Seeing none, is there any public comment on this motion? Oh, we don't have a motion yet. Do we have a motion to adopt the order as presented? Dr. Babley makes that motion, second by Mr. Krull. Any discussion on the motion to adopt the order as presented? Is there any public comment on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-2 with Mr. Kelly and Mr. Garza voting against. Last item on the agenda for today is related to the tax exemptions. Mr. Garcia?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The college is asking for the board's consideration of an action item for the approval of the property tax exemptions listed on this slide. Give me a few minutes, please. Thank you. So the qualified charitable organizations exemption provides a tax exemption if the property is used for religious, charitable, scientific, literary, or educational purposes. The qualified disabled veterans exemption provides a tax exemption ranging from $5,000 to $12,000 for a disabled veterans homeowner. Next is the homestead exemption, which provides a tax exemption valued at $5,000 on a person's residence homestead. In accordance with the state's property tax code, the college can elect to provide an additional tax exemption to the homestead exemption. Accordingly, the college is proposing an additional exemption to a person of 65 years of age or older, or a person who is under the age of 65 who qualifies for disability insurance benefits. This exemption is valued at $50,000 for a combined total of $55,000 for each year. For more information about property tax exemptions, please contact your respective county appraisal office to determine how you may qualify for these exemptions. As a final note, this action item is consistent in terms of dollar-wise with prior year's requests. The college is now seeking your approval for this action item.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. There is a resolution in our board packet regarding the 2024 tax exemptions. Any questions about the presentation or the resolution? Seeing none, is there a motion to adopt the resolution as presented? Dr. Babley, Mr. Loeb seconds. Mr. Kelly seconds. We have a number of seconds on this one. Is there any mandatory language, Mr. Rivera, on this one? Thank you, sir. Is there any public comment on this motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. That motion passes unanimously.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you all to Mr. Garcia, Dr. Escamilla, to your whole teams for your work over the past several months to get us to this place of budget adoption. The board will now go into closed session under Texas Government Code 551.074, personnel matters, and Texas Government Code 551.071, consultation with legal counsel. The time is 12:38 p.m. All right, we are coming out of closed session at 1:09 p.m. Before we take action on closed session items, we do need a cleanup motion. We do need to adopt the order for the 2024 tax levy. That's separate resolution, or that separate order is listed in the packet, and it is the explanation of the ad valorem tax levy for maintenance and operations, as well as for the specific bond funds. And so is there a motion to adopt the order for the 2024 tax levy?
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Adami. Is there a second by Dr. Babley? Are there any questions? Mr. Rivera, does that motion satisfy our
Yes, Regent, the prior order that the board adopted was on specifically on tax rate. But both of those, the tax rate and tax levy, were under agenda item 2, I believe. So yeah, you covered all of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from Regents? Is there any public comment on that item? Seeing none, all those in favor, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. That motion passes unanimously. Coming out of closed session, we are going to take action on Dr. Escamilla's employment contract. As we mentioned at our meeting a couple weeks ago, Dr. Escamilla has completed a successful performance evaluation, which is the language in his contract that triggers both a bonus as well as consideration of extension and contract provisions. But he is much more than just a positive evaluation. We want to applaud the work that Dr. Escamilla has done in the last year as we have come out of some extremely difficult financial situations, and at the same time implementing or attempting to implement the House Bill 8 changes to community colleges, completing our strategic planning process, dealing with obviously just the internal work of the college and the ongoing work with our faculty and staff, ultimately and always ultimately for the betterment of our students and our community. So we want to thank Dr. Escamilla for his ongoing leadership for the district. Mr. Rivera has some contract language he's going to read for us, and then I'm going to ask for a motion to adopt the language as read.
Thank you, Madam Regent. So the proposed motion would be a motion to approve a 5% raise to Dr. Escamilla's current annual base salary. This will result in an annual salary for FY25 in the amount of $368,594.60. In addition, the motion would include an approval of a performance bonus for FY24 in the amount of $75,000 based on Dr. Escamilla's positive annual evaluation from the board for FY24 to be paid by August 31st, 2024, and the same bonus to be awarded on an annual basis going forward, conditioned on a positive annual evaluation from the board to be paid by August 31st of that fiscal year. All other terms, conditions, and benefits in the President's employment contract as previously approved and amended remain unchanged and in full force and effect, and General Counsel is hereby directed to prepare the appropriate documentation and contract amendments.
Is there a motion to approve? Thank you, Mr. Krull. Is a second by Dr. Babley. Are there any other comments or questions from board members?
I just want to comment that the percentage increase is the same as every other staff member in the exempt category. And so, you know, I want to once again tell you how much we appreciate what you do for this college and this community. And I still remember when, I guess it was 16 years ago, when you came back to lead this college and how excited I was to see another young person, you know, involved. And, you know, we're not quite as young anymore, but, you know, you've done a wonderful job leading this institution and being one of the leaders of this community, and we want to thank you for what you do.
Delia, he did report to us that he is just a couple of years shy to be the longest tenured leader in Del Mar College's history. He is, at this point, number 2 to Dr. Richardson. And so we want to thank you for your long and dedicated career with Del Mar College, and got a couple more years to go until we break that record. Is there any public comment on the motion before us?
I'll take that one.
Is there any public comment on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. That motion passes unanimously. Thank you all for the meeting today. Good work. Our calendar shows us that we have next meeting, our regular board meeting date, on September the 10th. Then several of us are traveling to Amarillo for the State Trustee Association Annual Conference. Our October meeting will be on October the 8th. We do have a couple of special events in October. Scholarship Dinner and Viking Fest are occurring. Then we also have our national conference in October in Seattle, at which time Dr. Stone will be joining us as the regional award recipient for the faculty award and is one of the finalists for the national faculty award. Then our November date for board meeting is November 12th, and we are rapidly going through the fall semester already. Yes. With that, if you have any other questions or comments, yes, Mr. Cool.
I have just a comment. Texas A&M Corpus Christi College of Engineering is proposing a PhD program, and it will be up before the Higher Education Coordinating Board sometime this fall. And so if you have any relationships with the board to support that, would be appreciated.
Okay, thanks. Get information to Delia, and she can send that out if there's anything that you would like to send to the rest of the Regents or have communicated. That'd be great. Letter support. Thank you. All right, having no other business before us, we will adjourn this meeting at 1:16 p.m.